Hey YouTube, I just had about an hour of frantic activity here. I came home with this queen still in the package to split this one. There was one box here, one hive. This is I repurposed my swarm traps and tried to get some bee scent in there to make them more attractive to swarms. So I, excuse me, I knew the hive was really crowded and they had started some swarm cells, and I was going to split it three ways. The swarm cell, I think there was only one of them by itself, and then old queen in one and new queen in the other. And I got home and this box was totally covered on the outside with bees. They were getting ready to swarm. So I don't know what to do, or at least I didn't know what to do, so I just made stuff up. I got the sugar water out, 4 to 1, just a weak sugar water, and hosed them down so they couldn't fly away. In the meantime, I prepped this box, hustled it out here. I didn't get it completely prepped because it's still set up like a swarm trap. And then I took the prime hive apart and very quickly went through and took 4 frames, 4 out of the 8 frames, and put in this second hive. And put only 3 empty frames in each one. I had decided 8 frames was too crowded, too hard to work. So they each have 7 now, 4 from the prime hive and 4 empties. Now you can see, now this is slot. I had to make an adapter plate to make the feeder fit, but I think you can see that they're fanning here, and they're all over this new queen. And you can take them and push them out of the way, and they'll move easily. That indicates that they're not trying to kill it. If they're trying to kill it, to kill the queen, they're hanging on it really tight, and it sounds like Velcro when you try to push them away. So I think you can see some fanning. Not very enthusiastic fanning yet. But anyway, so I took this thing, while the bees were wet, syrupy, I took this and scooped them off that hive and dumped them in the top of this other one. I might just do that again. I don't know if I can do it while I'm holding the camera or not. I'm sort of thinking about letting them just go back in. So you can see this one's doing a dance. See that one that's doing the dance there? I don't know if you can see it or not. Get in here. I think it's trying to say, I found a great place to go. Come on and follow me. I hope they don't. I might have to hose them down with sugar water again. I don't know if you can see how glossy the outside of this box is. It's got sugar water all over it. Now they're not fanning much up here. Once again, I just offset the feeder so that that slot give them more of a place to come in. Now there's somebody doing a dance again, darn it. I'm going to discourage that dancer. You guys have to stay home here. So, if I can get under. Only got stung once, just working with no gloves. They were all underneath the hive, made it really hard to scoop them up. Let's see if I can scoop up a few here. I'm sort of jumpy about getting stung. Still an amateur, still a rookie. Come on. All right, so encourage them to stay here. I've been thinking about setting up a sprinkler. All right, so we've got fanners down here at the entrance. The problem I have, and you guys aren't going to be able to help me, is I have no idea which one has the queen in it. My plan was, what happened? Run stopped. I have no idea which one has the queen in it. My plan was to come out and carefully inspect each frame until I found the queen, and then I would put the queen in the box without the old queen, you know. So But since I was in a panic trying to catch this swarm, I don't know what to do exactly. I think, so I'm using this queen to lure them over here. From the little I know, I think the queen doesn't come out until the very last, and when the queen comes out, then they take off. So as far as I know, the old queen is still in that box unless I moved her in here. So I'm going to take the new queen still in her cage inside, and that's a pheromone tube that I threw that out here too to attract them. I'm going to take the new queen inside tonight, and I'll come out in the morning and see which one sounds like a happy hive. That's the only thing I can think of to do. So I'm tired. I'm just going to sit here a minute. So if you haven't watched my swarm trap videos, I made 10 of these swarm traps, and the only thing I caught were brown paper wasps. 2 seasons, nothing. Maybe I should go over what I did to improve them. So I thought if I used them, housed some bees in them briefly, then they'd have the right smell, and the bees would be happier. Swarms would be more likely to go in them. But this one over here with the wire on the front, that was supposed to be emptied today. I hadn't gotten all the equipment ready to come over here, but I was going to completely empty that one and turn it into a swarm trap and have 2 new boxes, or 2 never used boxes anyway, of the swarm traps. So by the time you guys see this, this is going to be over. I probably should go out, drag the sprinkler out here and turn it on to drive these guys back into the box. I have no idea how many bees are in each box. I just scooped and shoveled. Like I said, there were lots of bees. That box over there was wall-to-wall bees. I knew it needed to swarm. And I'm trying to raise these bees in a crowded way so that they will reproduce more. My goal is to have 10 hives by the end of the year. It's May 9th right now. So I guess that's enough for right now. How do I stop it? Okay, it's the end of the day, 7:30, and I've been watching these bees and fussing with them for 3 hours now, I think. I think I averted the swarm. All the activity seems to be bees coming back and going in. There weren't any, the bees that were left in the cluster did not fly away. I encouraged them to stay by squirting them with sugar water periodically. It may have stimulated a little bit of robbing, although we've got the entrance reduced nicely so they can protect it. I'm sorry I didn't get a picture of the swarm on the outside of the box. If I had it to do over again, I would have taken 30 seconds to get a shot of that before I tore into it. But I was rushing around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to avert this swarm, so I don't want to lose half of my bees. So I think it worked. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Well, it's 3 days since I did the emergency swarm intervention. You can see I changed the layout here, made a platform. So when I have to knock bees off of a frame or a lid, that gives them a good place to land and go back in the box. This was the original hive here. There are about twice as many, or maybe 3 times as many forage bees or field bees in this box. It really shows up at the end of the day when they're all trying to come home. But look at that. The pollen they're bringing in, nice orange pollen. I wonder where they're getting it. So the split has a decent amount of forage bees. They seem to be doing well. Now this box right here is the only one I know for sure has a queen in it. I've been through these boxes several times, so much so that I'm worried about them. Every time I get in there, I could kill some bees. So originally I had made a 3-way split, and I put 3 frames of brood in this box, and the idea was that I was going to take that swarm cell that I found and put in here, but I can't find it again. So then I thought, well, I'll just go to the local bee store and buy some bees, because they've had a ready supply of queens. I'll buy a queen and put in there. So the next day I called the store, and they don't have any queens till next week. And I decided I didn't want to leave it queenless for that long, so I just recombined them. I took the 4 frames of brood that I put in here, or brood and food, and moved them back to the boxes I took them out of. So everything seems to be going okay. Anyway, that's the status right now. I've got a whole bunch of footage of me tearing the things apart and looking for the queen. I'm just going to tack this on the end, tack that on the end. You guys can watch it if you want. If you don't have anything better to do, you can give me some advice on. I'm sure I made dozens of mistakes. So that's all for now. A couple things I forgot to point out. This pallet that these things are sitting on is a 4x8 sheet metal pallet. There's a factory around here that gives them away. So, and I rearranged it so that there's boards in the front, a nice flat space, so when I'm going to shake bees out of a box or a frame or something, I can shake them right onto this flat spot and they won't fall all the way to the ground. I think it's more likely they'll find their way back into the hive if they have a nice landing board. So that's the one thing. And then I made an ant trap. There's the lid from one of them. So I cleaned out the extra grease because that one cracked. So you just pack the lid with grease and you set it on top of a tin can, like right there. That lid is packed with grease, and there's one under each leg of this pallet. Those same traps were underneath the prime hive, but since I expanded this operation, I didn't want to make 8 or 10 more, or 8 or 12 more little feet, so I just, the whole pallet has an ant trap on it. Alright, I'm ready to go here. I've got the smoker running, camera running. It's time to do another split and find that queen. Alright, so I'm going to steal some frames out of here and just put them in the other one. I forgot to smoke them. Got one being mad at me already. Well, my smoker was running. Shit. There it goes. Smoke this guy here. Alright, so I only put 7 frames in here yesterday. One of the empty ones are working this one already. So this one should be a frame of brood. That looks like honey. That looks like honey. Pollen and honey. I'm going to put this in the new one. And we got to smoke this guy up here. What do we have here? Now one of these has a swarm cell on it. I guess I should have made sure I didn't put the queen in that other box. This is brood with honey on the edges. On this side we've got brood. But this one is not the one with the swarm cell on it. There's no queen on this one. Pretty sure she's pretty easy to spot, so she's huge. I got my glasses on. I'm saying there's no queen on there. That's brood. So I see the queen in there. No. This should be empty. They built this one out quite a bit just in one day. This was an empty, fresh frame. They've got it half built out. And I don't see the queen anywhere. Actually, I forgot what I was doing here. I'm supposed to move this forward. Alright, here's a heavy frame. This one's hatched brood. There's a little bit of brood left in it. We got a bee doing a dance here. I don't see the queen. And I still don't see that darn swarm cell. It's got to be on the last one. Alright, so here we go. Hold on, get out of the way now. Get out of the way. I don't see a swarm cell on this one either. I have to look again. Alright, well, I think the camera froze up on me. I went through that box completely, took out 2 frames of brood. I looked at every frame twice, and I did not see a queen or a swarm cell. So it's on to the next hive. Okay, so this one is the one I split yesterday. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to let my snapper go out again. Okay. This feeder has food in it. Since I didn't find the swarm cell, it's pretty much got to be in here. I don't know if you can see. Let's get this out of here. Okay, they're moving out of the way. Let's see if you can get in here and see that. Queen is in there. They haven't tried to kill her. It looked like they were... Let's see when I try to move them. Well, they're just moving out of the way. Okay, the queen could have just taken off, I guess. Could have lost part of a swarm. Let's see what we got here. Alright, this is solid brood. It's drone. You can see some open brood. A lot of sealed brood. No swarm cell on that. a drone. Lots of sealed brood. Drone comb. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. They're drawing this out like crazy. Come on. A lot of hatched out brood. No flipping queen though. No swarm cell. What the hell happened to the swarm cell? Come on. Alright, there's a couple cells on the bottom here that could be. So maybe not. Man. I just crushed a bee. Oh, get out of there. Alright, no queen, no swarm cells. I don't know if we have any cells that are and as far as I can tell, I'm short 2 queens. Let's look at this one again. Covered brood. Pollen, honey. My eyes are just not good enough to pick out eggs anymore. Covered brood. Covered brood. It's a new frame. Well, poopy. No smoke. Let the smoke go out again. Well, I can't see. Any new eggs or larvae. Not a pop. Oops. Gotta put the queen back in there. So this is the only one I know for sure has got a queen in it. Then I need a frame. Put that out some. Put the queen in there. And for Her Majesty. Oh, poop. Can't do shit. I'm gonna have to cut that out. I'm gonna switch those out. Damn it. How many bees did I kill in this? Where's the other hive? Well, damn. How many ways I can screw this up? A lot of bees here still. I'm thinking that it did not. If I lost a swarm, there were a hell of a lot of bees in there. All right. No smoke. Crushed bees, not a good combination. Alright, let's get this thing on there. Okay. All right. Just gotta close this one up. There's got 3 frames of brood in there. No swarm cells that I can tell. No queen. I just can't figure out what happened to that swarm cell. I guess she could have hatched out and they tore it down already. I don't know. All right. I guess I'm just gonna have to buy another queen, maybe 2. And I can go in and get the syrup. That needs syrup. And this one needs syrup. All right, well, let me back off a little bit here. I guess I'm just continuing to make every rookie mistake possible. I can't find the queen in the prime hive. I couldn't find the swarm cell. I have it marked on my calendar 4 days ago or 5 days ago. It was a real nice swarm cell, but there's no trace of it there anymore. Obviously there should have been a swarm cell if they're going to swarm. So I just split off. Hoping I was going to make a 3rd split with a swarm cell, but what I've ended up doing is taking the prime hive and splitting it 3 ways. And the only queen I know for sure is still there is the one I bought. So I think I'm going to buy 1 more queen cell, or 1 more queen tomorrow. Maybe 2. Who knows? I guess it'd be better to have put a queen in there unnecessarily than to have no queen at all and no young larva. Because, like I said, I can't see well enough to just tell which frame has eggs. I couldn't see a single egg in there anywhere. I know there's got to be eggs. No swarm cells that I can tell, not even any starting. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Live and learn. I'm just slow at the learning part.